Rajput. Hey, Sushant. Please, grab a seat. It's great to have you with us on a day when India has actually won a test match as opposed to losing it,
Yes.
because after MS Dhoni. Are you feeling yourself somewhat confused in identity? Are you a cricketer or a film star? Do you sometimes have people confusing you, one for the other?
Yeah, people do, but these days I'm actually playing a con man, so I'm thinking like that.
So from a cricketer to a con man.
Yes.
Small advice from all of us. It's one thing if people are mistaking you for a cricketer. When they start mistaking you for a con man is when you've got problems.
Yes.
So you've got to be careful as to how realistic you're going to make this.
Trying to.
Well, it's great, Sushant, to have you with us. And you, I think, saw some of the rules of that. So it's a contest. Get kids involved.
Yes.
Make it engaging for them. Make it a contest for them. Make it a game that they can go out and compete. And while competing with each other, you try and change the country. Does the idea fundamentally sound to you?
Pretty much, because the kind of conditioning we have in school, anything that is important to us has to do also with the right kind of acknowledgement. And I think this is a very great thing, because what we are doing is we are creating something which benefits everybody in the community, and at the same time, individuals are getting acknowledged for that.
Right. So let me get you in on the broader aspects of when you look around at the country, when you're seeing the problems that there are in the environment and cleanliness. These are issues that perhaps you should have paid a lot more attention to it long sooner.
Yeah, it's a thing, and specifically with our country, I guess, because
yeah.
Because somehow we are very smart, or I can say as smart as anybody in the world, but that's individual. But when we are public, when we act as a group, we somehow manage to act as dumb people. Yeah. So this is what it is, and it can be. See, it is a tendency. It is a normal, natural tendency. It can be explained from subjects like mathematics, also game theory,
yeah,
or behavioral economics. But at the same time, I think this tendency in India is much greater than anywhere else.
So Suman, that's probably the reason why we've decided to get kids into it. Because let's face it,
yeah,
this generation is far smarter than any generation which has preceded them.
I agree.
Would you agree?
Absolutely.
I'm surprised all of you aren't agreeing with that. You do agree, right? All right. Being smart is one thing. Being committed and smart is another. So that's really what this campaign is trying to do. It's fine to be smart.
True.
It's fine to think you're tech savvy, and
Absolutely.
it's great you're sending pictures to each other on Facebook. But don't just use Facebook and
Yes.
devices to bitch about how bad things are. Do something about it. That's the aim, right?
That's the aim.
And why did you think of getting kids involved?
Okay. So let somebody else answer that. Kids, who won the game today? Good Lord, yeah. Who won the game today? India. Can't hear you, man. Where's the Josh, yaar? Who's won the game? A little better. Who won the game today? India. Exactly. This is something, passion. We can get anything on board, any kind of resource, but this is something we can't get from anywhere else. That's the reason we decided that kids have to be in.
Okay. Of course, the way that this game was so engaging, you could have probably asked adults and we'd have screamed also. It was a rather exciting game. So, perhaps not the best example, but yeah, I get it. The passion that children have and the commitment is huge, which is why you make it a competition.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure many of them are asking, yeah, look, this is all very well. 6 months, you're going to make us compete with each other.
Right.
There is going to be great outcomes of that 6 months. That
Absolutely.
we're going to hopefully have a cleaner environment. We're going
Yes.
to have all of that stuff. There's going to be protection from mosquitoes. There's going to be clean-up drives. Trees will be planted.
Absolutely.
हमें भी कुछ मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा अगर हम जीतें?
So guys, there are 5 things which you need as a priority in life, as a student. The first and foremost is your country. The second is your society. Third is your school. Fourth is your family and friends. And last but not the least, is you yourself. In this specific program, the way we have made it, right, you can actually ensure that everybody is there as number one in the priority list. This is what you're doing. You can make the planet, the country, the society a little more greener, a little more cleaner, a little more healthier. You can win prizes in the process. You can leave a better world for your loved ones. And obviously, in this whole process, when you spend time with your friends, when you do your school proud, you will also end up with individual. Like Vikram has already mentioned, it is a gifts galore, man. You just have to do something, remain focused, and there is something for everybody.
Yeah.
We want you to have fun. That's the bottom line.
Okay, have fun, make an impact, and yeah, and the rest will follow. Let me just ask you on the broader themes of involving young people, and then I want to come to each of those three specific goals that we have. The entire concept of involving young people to try and make a Behtar India, right way to go in your view?
I think to a large degree, people of our age or even a little younger generation have become very skeptical, either because we know too much or we have a history of problems with too much. With any change, what you need is sheer enthusiasm, which doesn't have logic. And that's the only way you can overcome obstacles which don't appear to be logic. So if we really want to bring about a change, you need illogical enthusiasm. You need illogical, that's how independence of a country comes about. Sure. And I hope that this campaign involving the children at the center, because that's their future, will bring that illogical enthusiasm which will break through some of the problems we face, which our generation has not been able to solve.
Right, Yusuf, let me get you in. And first of all, I have to ask you this question. Would you like to explain to all of us what exactly a WASH specialist is?
Yeah, I think it's a WASH stands for Water, Sanitation and Hygiene. So this is an abbreviation used in globally for the who's working in the water, sanitation and hygiene field. So I look after the Maharashtra WASH program of UNICEF Maharashtra. So that's the WASH specialist. It's just an abbreviation.
So it's not specifically teaching anybody here personal hygiene in case they have not been worrying about personal hygiene, just to elaborate. All right, so water, sanitation, hygiene, key themes of this. It's been one of those areas that has been actually neglected in this country a lot. And I think it's great that in the last 2-3 years, a lot more attention is focused on it. And you have to give part of the credit for that to the entire Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Perhaps one of the most successful campaigns that this government has done. It has really helped in changing mindsets. Are you finding it much easier now when you're talking about sanitation and hygiene? It's far more, people are far more receptive than they were 5 years ago?
Yeah, I think that if you see the statistics, like when the Swachh Bharat mission launched in 2014 till now, more than 3 crores 50 lakhs individual toilets has been constructed in rural households. We have more than 1,70,000 villages have been declared open defecation free, means no one is defecating in the open or going outside for defecation. We have such more than 100 districts are open defecation free. We have 3 states like Sikkim, Kerala and Himachal Pradesh, entire 3 states declared open defecation free. So I think Honorable Prime Minister has made one thing that I would like to say, that he could able to make sanitation glamorize, if I use the word. We aspire for toilet in the house. We aspire for good hygiene practices, because otherwise what happens that it was never our priority. If you see the 2011 census of Government of India, we had more number of mobile phones than the toilets.
Yeah.
So what happened with the Swachh Bharat mission, with the political commitment, and often I use the term administrative activism, has become much easier to approach. And at the same time, along with the Swachh Bharat mission, Honorable Prime Minister has also launched the Clean School, Clean India campaign. And right. I think that Behtar, that this particular campaign will further strengthen the Clean School, Clean India campaign.
Okay. So just to remind you, in case you're just tuning in or trying to figure out what those 3 things are that schools are going to compete with each other in, the first is Swachhata, which is a cleanup drive. Then there is Vatavaran, which is the environment, planting of saplings. And finally, there's Swasthya, which is essentially worrying about, mosquito-borne diseases. And let's just take you through each of them. Now that you started talking about Swachhata, let's just spend a couple of minutes on it, trying to understand what it is that should be done in those cleanup drives. Swadesh also been working on toilets, and there's a large number of toilets in other areas that you've done. Building of toilets, though, is only part of it. The cleanup drives that we want people to do is just removing garbage, removing kachra, making sure that your environments are clean, which is something that all of us can do. The children might say that it was very tough for us to go and build toilets. True, but you can clean the street in front of your school.
Yeah, okay. First of all, I would like to congratulate NDTV. Very, very good concept, very big need of the time. And just to correct, we are not just building toilets. So this is a 360-degree model.
Yeah.
Toilet is just one part. And we feel so much connected with this Behtar because we are working on plantations, we are working on health. And that's where Swadesh model is very interesting. It is 100% execution. So that is another big strength in this Behtar India, that a lot of execution focus, impact focus is there. So toilet, coming to your point on about toilets, toilet construction is just one part of the whole program. It is the access we are providing. Very much important is use and maintenance, and also the wash habits, which has to be inculcated. So that's where I think all the three components of sanitation or hygiene is important.